Coach, we find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Dallas Cowboys and the Denver Broncos. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Ready? Mike, 57. On game, baby. Look, squeeze. Kill. Check.
Now the first carry here for Phillip Lindsay. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on second and inches.
Check. Hot route. Hot. Alert flare.
First carry of the game here for Royce Freeman. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Set. 18 Gator. Come on. You better bring it. Switch it. Come on, switch it. Check 13. Get it.
On first and 10, it's Lindsay. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10.
Check it back. Leo.
On second down, a run with Lindsay. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with third and still 7 yards to go.
So many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And the Cowboys here on third down bringing in an extra defensive back.
Watch the screen. Deuce. Check it.
Throwing his lock on third down. And that will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
So on fourth down, here's Johnny Townsend to punt it. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. Here's Prescott. Complete. It's Johnson. The 40. The 20. 10. Touchdown, Cowboys. A big play there. An 80-yard touchdown as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken near the 13. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
I'm coming after you. Greystone, travel. Undercut. Hey, Sam off. Kill. Let's go.
Lock again here on 2nd and 10. He's got his big tight end, Fant. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down.
Ready, break. Check, 55. Go on. Check. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship.
On first down, Lindsey. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Okay, ready? Check. Hey, wahoo! 54. Watch the curl. Check. Fresno.
Lock to throw on 2nd down. This is the tight end, Fant. And he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49. A gain of just 2. And on 3rd down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back.
Don't get nervous. Quick dance. Come on. He's coming.
From the gun on 3rd down, Locke. He's got his tight end, Fant. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 28.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch.
Set, ready? Moody base. Check. Watch 54. Let him know. 61. Matchbox right. Big grip.
Block now on first down. Oh, he can't hang on. That was a dream chance for any D lineman to possibly get a pick. But instead it falls down incomplete. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
We own this. We own this. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
Shotgun snap and a give to Lindsey. And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable third down, because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Seventh play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6.
Door.
On 3rd down, here's Lindsey. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th.
That's what I do.
So on 4th down, on comes Brandon McManus and the field goal unit for the Broncos. From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And following that long touchdown pass, a 1-play drive last time, we'll see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on.
Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Let's go now.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want a drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive in with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now Locke throwing on 2nd down. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. On 3rd and long, it's Locke. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones, and they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
On 2nd and 12, Prescott got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Third and short yardage, Prescott. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 26-yard line.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Okay, just like that. Just like that.
Yes, yes.
Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. Freeman a first down and more. A big chunk of yardage there, 37 yards.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. but how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side, but how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle. If you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage, you got a chance to rumble.
2nd and 10 at the Cowboys' 38-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Go out.
Now to the air. Block. Screen pass to Lindsey. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Block working out of the gun. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone. They completed the screen on the perimeter, but boy, that was textbook defense. Exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it out for a loss of yardage.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Here we go, 46.
March 47. March 47.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength.
Elliott. And an alley to run. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Touchdown, Cowboys. 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now it's Freeman. He finds an opening past the 40 and all the way up to the 45-yard line. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they got themselves a first down. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
Set, ready, 8, read. Hard. Watch block, motion, block. Shoot.
They'll run on first down. It's Lindsey. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
At the 43-yard line.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Watch the pilot, 64, weak. Check. Out. Snap.
Shotgun snap to Lock. And able to find Dorsett. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Come on, set. 18, Gator. Ricky. Kill. Shoot. Bam. Fire.
And some space here. There he goes, right side. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Deshaun Hamilton. His 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys have cut the lead down to 2. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC?
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
McManus's point after is good. And the lead is cut to 1 at 14-13. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. There have been points on the board. We just saw back-to-back touchdown drives. I love it. I'm high-fiving our statistician, Christian McLeod, and you're angry. You're a defensive guy.
If you met one of my defensive coordinators, God rest his soul, I'm surprised he isn't in this booth right now wanting to really take you on. This is not football the way he sees it. He wants a good old-fashioned kicking game, defense, field position, and we're getting an up and down the field game here.
I'll take him. Where's his tombstone?
Boot Hill, baby.
Now this throw caught left side, and they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. A first down carry by Elliott. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. On second and 12, Prescott got his man there complete to Gallup and able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. So here's a first and 10 at the 38. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. He'll let this go for the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Johnson the intended target, and that'll bring up second down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on first and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
On second down, Prescott again. And he's got Ezekiel Elliott. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt. The kick by Maher is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
They go to Elliott again. And now nothing but green ahead of him. 30, 10, 5. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, 78 yards. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
On the ready.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And their halftime hold now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement.
Now Locke, he lost the football. It's out. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And it'll be first and goal at the 7-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his second TD of the game and 16th on the season. And the Cowboys use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Let's go now.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Now Prescott. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Prescott from the gun. And he comes back with one complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first. A first down throw for Prescott. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. 2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Prescott on first down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return. If they needed a break, they needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break, taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one.
And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. DeMarcus Lawrence picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Throwing on second and long. Lock. And he slings one that's incomplete. Deshaun Hamilton, the intended receiver. And now it's third down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Throwing on third and long. Lock. And they take this up near the 30 before he's taken down. 23 yards on the play. Lock now, just 7 of 16 passing thus far, but he's got a 1st and 10. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Cortland Sutton was the man he was looking for. And now it's 2nd down.
On the double.
55 to Mike. Check. 55 to Mike.
X3. 218. Chopper.
A run with Lindsey out of the gun. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Ready.
Mike 55. Mike 55. Hey, eat.
Hey, Echo. Mike 55. Right there in the middle. 55.
Throwing his lock on 3rd down. Hard throw, incomplete.
Well, touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7.
Hey, Haywood.
Mike 55. Mike 55. You.
Check right. Yo, go.
So don't say nothing. 55 is my guy. 55.
Get it.
Here we go on 4th down with Locke. Dorsett making the catch. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver 1st down.
I remember in pregame when we were talking to him on the field, and he took his gloves off and showed us his fingers. A few misshapen ones in there, and now we know why, trying to catch those types of bullets.
That was a dart. Yeah, even for a talented receiver, those are tough to hang on to. Throwing now is Locke, and nearly picked off there, almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57.
Yep.
Stop your whining. 57 to Mike.
5.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Locke. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
Ready.
To throw on 3rd down. Locke. And that will be incomplete.
They had enough yards for the 1st down, but a clutch hit right there defensively. Jars it free. No 1st down.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as they'll go for it on 4th down.
I'm scared. Check 43.
49. Check 49. Check 49.
Bravo.
Check 55.
They do go for it. It's Locke. And it is incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position.
He can't hang. He's not going to get me.
26.
10th carry now for Elliott. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. A loss of 2 there, second down.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up second and 12 at the 34-yard line.
Play outside deep.
Here we go, 46.
4-7's the mic. 4-7's the mic. Replay.
On second down, it's Elliott. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
It's a gain of a yard. And it's third.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Check, 47.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Cowboys on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. They'll get nothing out of the completion there, and it leads to a 4th down.
That was impressive to me because while it was a pass play, they still rallied to the football like they were filling running lanes, and they were able to put the receiver on it.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a lot. Look at the big man rumble. He's at the 40, 20, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Denver. In for the score. And the Broncos get a bit closer. We talk about it a lot. One of the dangers of the long field goal, you got to kind of hit it low and drive it. That makes it susceptible to a block here. Not only do they block it, they return it.
And how about how well they did on the return where they didn't create a penalty? Oftentimes in that type of a scrambling situation, someone will clip, someone will block below the waist, right? You name it. In this case, though, that didn't happen. They formed it up, and he took it all the way back for a touchdown.
Extra point from McManus is good. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup.
Watch the slap. Get it.
At the 27-yard line.
Shit.
Again, it's Elliott. Give him a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Prescott. Now they go screen. It's complete. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. 8 yards on the screen there, not enough. And it'll be 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
And this will get inside the 20 and be touchdown just outside of the 15-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a fourth down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
Set, ready, 50, plant.
Here we go.
Hey, alert 3.
25, check 25, check 25.
On second down now, it's Lindsey. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on second and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
To throw it is Locke. This one complete to the running back, Lindsey. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 19 there as the drive marches forward. But correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Check. Protein spill.
Watch the curls. Mike's 54. Tighten up. Pull it together.
Buzz. Big grip.
Throwing on first down is Locke. That's complete to Jake Butt. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Come on,
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
You don't know no better.
They'll run here with Lindsey. They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This time they face a 3rd and 2. 3rd and 2, Locke's going to throw. He's got a man. It's Sutton. That's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Ready, break.
57's a Mike.
Look at me. Go. Get it.
They'll run. It's Lindsey. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13.
Showing it. Check 31.
Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage.
Right there. All day,
Ready?
So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score.
I got him.
Fight.
On 3rd and long, it's Locke. And he finds Hamilton. That's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Locke going to bring the offense up 1st and 10. And he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far.
You don't want none, baby. You don't want none.
Ready.
Into the red zone, it's Locke. And And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Hey, kill.
On 3rd down, Elliott. And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line. 13 yards and a first down, Cowboys.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Let's go, D. Tighten up.
They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Prescott, he goes down to a knee, and that should just about do it. And that knee will do it. So they snap the losing streak. Always a good feeling.
Yeah, I don't know if this one right here when they're taking a knee is as much exultation as exhalation, right? They just breathe a sigh of relief. Finally got a win, needed one desperately.
Well, I know at points in this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal. That's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.